they wanted to have you doing this for a while. So the story is live. What's up, man? The story is live. So just be natural. Welcome, guys. Another segment of the Daily Hustle. I'm with my guy. He's becoming a training legend here in the West Island.
Oh shit.
He says no. The guy known as Durag Poppy, you saw him brushing his hair in the game before. He even carries a brush in his sweater. Like, I mean, this is not high school.
Yo, bro, I gotta maintain the drip. Without it,
I'm getting C6 sitting beside me. My guy, Junior John Paul, thank you very much for being part of this. Appreciate it. Your story is very interesting because you came up from challenging times.
yes, I did.
And you converted your legacy to something that's nothing but short but a great story.
Thank you.
And a lot of people are seeing what you do on Instagram. They see you probably on Facebook too. How did you get started, and what is it that drove you to get to this point to want to go more?
That's a good question. So,
Well, I come with good questions. I want to make sure the people know what's going on.
it's all thanks to one of my best friends. He's been my friend for years now, Justin. People know him as SH Goods. He's a photographer. I was homeless, selling drugs, whatever. He would always look at me and see the potential that I had into becoming a personal trainer. I would go to the gym, whatever, but it was more for purposes of just being intimidating and just being strong. I was just going to the gym for myself. When he saw how in love I was with the gym, to him it was like, okay, this is the way out for Jay. So let me push it. Let me push it onto him so he realizes and he goes. He told me about the FIT, the YMCA certification. And at first I was just like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't want to do it. And then one day I just signed up. I had the money. I said, whatever. And honestly, I used to smoke weed and I would go hide in my classes. So I wasn't taking it seriously. And what pushed me to the point that I am today is the fact that I got into issues with the law and I was facing 3 to 5 years in the penitentiary. Basically, that was enough for me to be like, you know what, I'm 21. This is not the life I want to live. I don't want to be locked up in a cage. And the only thing I knew besides selling drugs was the gym. Basically the drive of having that right person, being surrounded by the right people, having that person to push on this grind and this hustle onto me, and then after just taking it, after facing that adversity of going to jail. So it kind of woke me up, and then I just went with it and it saved my life.
Where did you start your training from? Like, you did the YSC certification, as you said, but like, what was your first training gig?
I actually started at Latitude.
Okay.
Latitude Fitness.
Latitude Fitness.
I started my business there.
RIP Latitude Fitness.
Yeah, my first time was Jessica Prévost, one of my good friends from high school, supported me from the jump. 2 months later, within starting my business, I'm getting clients, things are picking up. Boom, wake up one morning, he shuts down. And then I went to Fitness Law.
Okay.
And I started from there, and at the same time, I had applied at Mansfield for a job. That's when I heard about you. You were the legend at Mansfield. So
guys, I didn't pay him to say this. I'm
No,
saying
for
this right
real.
now.
Yo,
I didn't pay him to
honestly,
say this.
you know
It's
what?
my segment, I understand, but I didn't pay him to say
I
it.
started my grind maybe like 5, 6 years ago. And 5, 6 years ago, I used to go to Mansfield and it was like, yo, do me wrong. And I'm like, yo, I want to be like that dude. Your classes were packed. I used to walk and I was just picking up weights. And I used to walk and I used to see the whole thing just filled with women. And I'm like, I need to be that dude. First of all, you got a bunch of women around you. Second of all, you're living a dream.
It's my wife watching this right now.
Please.
Who I love you. No, it's not
He loves
like what
you,
it
he's
is.
loyal.
It's not what it is.
From Latitude to Fitness Law. So Fitness Law, I was renting space and I was training a few clients. I had like 3 clients. And in Mansfield, I got hired as a trainer. So I was just picking up weights. And from time to time, they'll give you clients. It was a very, very hard atmosphere to like build a business, especially with my look and whatever. And then eventually, I just took that risk. I was working at a warehouse also.
Yeah.
So I was working with airplane parts. And at one point I just woke up, I had $1,000 in the shoebox and I just said, fuck everything. And started as an independent trainer at FTC, which is the gym that I own right now with my partner Phil, 4040 Fitness.
Shout out to Phil, 4040.
Phil, 4040
Okay.
baby. I'm a co-owner of this facility now. But where I first started my business as an independent trainer, so I'm not getting a paycheck, I don't have a 9 to 5, I'm literally my own boss, and I just have $1,000 in the shoebox, was at FTC at the gym that I'm at right now.
Obviously, you made major strides. A lot of changes you had to make. You had to make some adjustments to, not only to your attitude, but even your demeanor. And you mentioned also your look. You got tattoos, obviously we can see from the video. What is it about you that stands out to people that make people gravitate towards you wanting to be their trainer? I'm throwing all kinds of stuff.
Yo, they're good though. They're good. I like it.
Yankees
Hey, what up,
fans.
Cash? Yo, this is Cash, by the way.
What's up?
Bombay
Guys,
Shubadi.
okay.
What up?
Yo,
I just
Bombay
met this dude
Shubadi.
today, but cool.
Bombay Shubadi is the restaurant next door. Amazing butter chicken. Check them out.
Should I say
yeah,
it?
say
Oh,
it.
might as well
Plug
say
it
it.
in. Plug
Okay,
it in.
plug it in there, throw it in there.
I was
Let's
just
go.
gonna listen, I guess. Yeah.
What you can do?
What makes people gravitate towards me, honestly? First, I want to go back to the whole tattoo thing. Funny thing is, when I was active in the streets and involved in gangs or whatever, I didn't have one tattoo. Probably had one on my chest, but like I didn't have any tattoos. I told myself after I fight my case, I get my sentencing and I move forward, I wanted to get tattoos all over just because this is what goes with my brand. LBE means lead by example. So my goal, and it falls into what makes people gravitate around me, is the fact that I believe in having the look you want. Whether you like tattoos all the way to your eyes or whatever, to your neck or whatever, or you like wearing your pants under your ass, or you just like to have this style, a sense of style, whether you're a hipster, a prep, or whatever, the idea is that do what you want, but lead by example. Do positive things. Have a positive impact on people around you. Basically, I think that's what makes people gravitate around me, is that I am a risk taker and I just don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
Good word.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I was like,
I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that bleed button ready. Okay.
I'm just really, I tatted myself all the way to my ears. I'm getting more tattoos. We got more work to do. Preach what I want to preach on social media. I curse a lot. I do what, like, but I'm doing something positive. My first gym, when I was partnered up with a company in Toronto, there's a guy that came in at 6 a.m. in the morning because he sees my snaps, he sees that I'm in the gym early, and he just came in and say, yo, honestly, you stopped me from selling drugs and getting involved into gangs, and now I'm doing this fitness grind. So for me, it's like, I think that's what makes people gravitate around me, is the fact that I do what I want, move the way I want, promote myself the way I want, but I'm always preaching positivity, women empowerment, helping the youth, getting kids off the streets. Like, that's just what I preach. I preach adversity and using it as fuel. So I think that's what makes people really gravitate around me.
How do we change the stigma when it comes to young males? Not always want to make it a race thing, but black males in society. How have you done your part to try and change that stigma as far as, like, when a person sees you, there may be that initial intimidation. I admit, the first time I saw you, I wasn't intimidated. I just saw this guy doing muscle ups in the gym. I looked over and I said, I don't know who that is, but he's gonna be my guy. He's a savage right now, but you know what I mean?
100%.
But at some point, you get to learn about a person, and obviously you see that they're much different than they actually are portrayed to be. So people, obviously, they see you here or they know you in the community, but how do you change their perception of you? Or how can you contribute to changing the perception of young people who are trying to build a business, build a brand, and make a name for themselves?
Just by being myself. And you know what? The biggest tool, and like, we're very lucky today to have social media, especially Instagram, because that's what helps me break the whole stereotype. Like, before we had stories, it was just pictures. And I was always mean mugging, like, straight face in front of the camera, tattoos. So people right away would have a negative idea of who I am and how I move or whatever. Once we got stories, I was able to crack jokes, laugh, you hear my voice, whatever. So I think that's what helps me change the perception. When it comes to the people that look up to me, or like young men coming up, or like I want to build their business or whatever, it's, once again, it's just, I promote so much just being myself. A lot of guys, like, when you come from the streets, it's like, yo, you gotta be tough. You don't smile much, you don't crack jokes much, you're just tough. And I kind of break that idea, just because you want to do me wrong, like, it could go down. Like, I'm not someone to, but at the same time, I'm a teddy bear, and that's what I believe men should be. We should be alpha males. We should promote being strong and healthy and whatever, and like, typical alpha male to just be a go-getter and just take that risk. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with being sensitive and vulnerable, and like, so I think that's how I change the whole perception of things.
How do you handle doubt? Because I mean, me as a fitness professional, I've doubted myself, my abilities before. Other people I deal with, we all both do it as clients. Handle doubt in different ways. How do you handle doubt for yourself?
Doubt is something that's like, I think, one of my biggest battles every single day till this day. And it's funny that when I saw that question when you sent it to me, I was like, That's honestly something I deal with every day. And what helps me is the support. And that's something I think you should bring up in one of your other episodes or whatever, even today. It's the validation. So I'm always talking about how I feel like certain women sometimes, or even men, seek validation through social media, and they seek for the wrong attention.
Right.
But everybody seeks for validation. So I can't really put like, oh, women nowadays, they seek validation. So for me, when it comes to doubt, whenever I doubt myself, what helps me deal with doubt is the validation that people give me. When somebody hits me up from Italy saying, yo, I wish we could train at your gym, you're very motivational, I can feel your energy through the screen, it makes me feel like, oh, you know what? Everything I'm stressing about, I don't need to stress about it. I have the outside eye, the outside ear that's telling me like, yo, you're doing good, round of applause. So that's how I deal with doubt. I haven't managed or found a system for me to deal with it on my own, which is like we all have adversities, we all have flaws, all have insecurities to deal with. And I think that's one thing that I'm working on every single day, is to not wait on going on my timeline or going into my DMs and see that someone said, hey, you're doing good, keep it up. Because maybe that person won't be there one day. I have to have my own back. I have to be my own backbone. So dealing with doubt is something that I'm still trying to figure out. So
You got a team of trainers. You have Wandy, you have Kadeem, you have Maria.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you started something by building a team of people who are trying to get them like-minded like you. How difficult has that been? Because let's be honest here, this guy gets up at 3:30 in the morning.
Three. I'm out by 3:20. Not every day of the week, but most days
But
of
he's
the week.
punching the bag and he's going in. The loudest guy on the block. I think I probably hear him from Point Clear. But the point is that he's out here. How do you get people to be like-minded the same way? To want to wake up early, get their day started, get be driven to motivate, to inspire, to move people. How have you been able to do that?
Honestly, it's funny that you say that because it's not really like that. Everyone has their own system and they do their own things daily that makes them feel good or feel like they're on the right path or whatever. For me, most days of the week, 5 times out of 7, I'm waking up at 3 a.m. I'm in the gym at 4. I'm either training a client or training myself. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm on the right path and there's no way I can mess up my life. To have people that see me do that, they're very inspired, and yes, they strive to wake up early, but to them, it's not their reality as well. Like, Kadeem's not gonna wake up at 3 a.m. every day. Wanley's not gonna wake up at 3 a.m. every day. And it doesn't make them less of a hustler or more than a hustler, you know what I mean? It's just, that's not their go-to thing for them to be good mentally or physically. But they'll feed off that energy in a different way, whereas they'll wanna recruit more clients or build a program or do whatever that's gonna benefit their business and their well-being. So I think it's more they feed off my energy and I feed off of their energy. Like the best example I can give you is Wanley. Wanley comes in, has his book. At first, yes, we would keep track about what our clients do, but to be every session to write down every note is something we wouldn't do. We just keep it in our head and we'd all sit down at the coffee shop and write things. But Wanley comes in, prepared, he has a routine, everything. He's very creative with his movements, and we fed off of that. So the next day, everyone in the gym had their books, taking notes with their clients. They know what they did with their clients last week. They know what they're doing next week. So it's like, not everyone's gonna wake up early. Like, that's just my thing. Wanley, it's being organized. Kadeem, it's being very creative with his content that he puts on his social media. So everything, that's the whole point of a team, is the things that I can't do, the things that, like, let's say Wanley, he can't wake up early, that's my strength, so I'll do it. He's very organized, that's his strength. So that's how it builds a team. It builds us, it makes the foundation super strong because everyone has their strong point. And me is just like attacking the day early. So we feed off each other's energy and everybody has their one thing that just makes everything just bloom into perfection.
Nice. Now you got into boxing recently.
Yes.
It hit the back pretty hard. Let's see what's going on here. You're like a celebrity around here. More people know you, salute you everywhere. What's up, buddy? You good? I like your shoes, bro. What are those, Gucci? But you got into boxing recently. You started hitting the back pretty hard. I see your training techniques. People have seen what you've been doing. Do you plan on getting in a fight?
Yes, I'm planning on starting my amateur career, I guess you want to call it. Boxing, I got into it because beginning of the year, I started off on a rough step where I got on to I just did something that wasn't ideal.
Yeah. This guy's a celebrity. You have people
Thank you,
delivering
man.
food to him.
He did that for the video.
Domino's
That's
is right. I know he wants to get the plug. I told him to plug himself in. Domino's is right there. They're probably gonna give him a pizza, some breadsticks soon.
I had adversity at the beginning of the year. It's something that I wasn't proud. I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, and I will keep making mistakes. God forbid. But and that's what pushed me. I told myself I need more discipline. Lifting weights, it's like I mastered it. It's easy for me to come in and lift some heavy weight, push around and like just push my limits. And then I just needed something that was way out of my comfort zone that's gonna get me focused. I met a few people that were really good into boxing. I learned from them, and then I just progressed. And now I'm with my coach Frank, amazing coach, guiding me. He's just amazing. Taught me everything I need to know, and is getting me ready for amateurs. So the reason why I got involved into it is just because I made a mistake and I needed something that is going to keep me grounded and disciplined. And I felt like boxing is a lonely sport and something where you have no choice to just put in the work. Like if you don't put in the work, it's going to be shit. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's easy to pretend in the gym, I feel, when it comes to weights, but with boxing, you can't pretend.
We see videos where people think they make it look like they're lifting a lot of things.
Exactly.
They got like 10 pounds on there. They're flipping the bars and
You
they're
know?
pushing like and it's really just 10 pounds.
Exactly. Boxing is like there's no
It's
no
showing you
faking.
can see a weak punch.
Exactly. Not even a weak punch. It's just that like if you get punched in the face, you get punched in the face. If you get dropped, you get dropped. That's the end of it. You know what I mean? So like even when I started sparring, you should have seen the fear in my eyes. Like I was hiding myself. Now it's like I can face a punch, and it's like I've built that character, and that's why I love boxing so much. Is because there's so much to learn. It's so challenging, and it can either break you or make you, and it all depends on like your perspective. So.
Years now that you've been doing this, you've been growing, progressing. Has there been one thing that you have not yet mastered? Because there are a lot of things that I've seen and other people have seen that you have just you start something, you eclipse it. What's the one thing that you have yet to like? I haven't got this yet.
It might be surprising, but having a stronger, like a strong willpower. Like, we all have temptations and things we like to do, and like there's certain things that I'm just like I can have more willpower on or more discipline. And every day is a struggle but it's a part of life. Like that's what I have to accept. I have to accept that I can't be perfect, and it's gonna be hard or whatever. But
is your willpower more associated with like food? Let's say I put like a whole stack of like donuts in front of you. Are you like the type that's like, nah, man, I gotta leave that?
oh,
I
bro, I'm
gotta
yamming each one.
Okay, so obviously your willpower applies to
My
that.
like honestly, like I'm blessed with my metabolism. I'm blessed with my body type. I'm blessed with like my genetics and everything. I do eat very clean, but that's one of them. Like eating sweets. Mr. Puffs sponsor me. Like Oreo sponsor me because I rape it. You know what I mean? So that's willpower. I can tell myself, hey, I don't need it because I don't.
You guys don't know what Mr. Puffs is?
Bro,
It's this fried ball of goodness
bro.
that has multiple.
Because I'm about to run out.
A client brought me some one day to say thank you for something, and I said, wow. And I think I ate like 16 in a row,
Bro, it's
and she brought like 20.
It's amazing.
It's bad.
Example with alcohol, like, and everybody goes out, everybody parties, everybody has fun, and you're allowed to go celebrate. There's nothing wrong with that, and like, you need to have balance in life. That's something that I've actually been dealing with. Okay, you know what? It's balance. Having balance in my life. It's not willpower. It's balance. Being able to not be that super extremist. Like, I need to wake up early. How you doing, big man? I need to wake up early. I need to always be in the gym. I need to work 7 days a week. Like, recently, I had to get sick for me to just start working 6 days a week. So I really go hard or go home. Like, with my first trip, it was like, okay, now you need to learn that you're allowed to take a plane, leave the country, let your clients be, and just do your thing and be to yourself. Finding balance is something that I really, really, really have trouble dealing with because I'll feel guilty. Like, we'll go out and party, and I had a great week. I made money. Every client is happy. Progress is just going up and going up. I go and have drinks. I'm hungover the next day, and I just feel bad. And I start questioning my life, and I start thinking that I'm going back to the old me. And like I put a lot of pressure on myself, and all because I'm not accepting the fact that I'm allowed to have balance.
So basically, you're balancing like Mr. Puffs, working out.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes Mr. Puffs.
But
wins.
working out is something like it's second nature. Working out is I can never fall off. Like,
Right.
If I fall off, like I know it's just temporary. It's for a week. It's because I need it. I need to like just step back and just give my body a break. I train like 2-3 times a day sometimes. So that's never an issue. I've mastered that. Mr. Puffs and eating healthy. Most of the time I eat healthy, so Mr. Puffs is like, it's a detail.
Yeah.
If I'm worried about Mr. Puffs and sweets, it's because of my teeth. If anything, it's not because of my actual health. But balance when it comes to like, okay, you're allowed to go on a trip, or you're allowed to go and party, or you're allowed to like, I don't know, have fun with your friends and try new things. Like, I have that. Even my first trip, it had to do with work. It wasn't really vacation. It was half vacation, half work. So it's balance my biggest issue.
Fun fact about Guy Junior. I've never been on a plane before. First time ever he went on a plane. He went to Lebanon for this amazing event.
Charity event.
Charity event that he had down there with G Rookie Fitness. Shouts G Rookie.
What up,
I don't
G?
even know who you are. But I
G,
see
that's
you guys
my
doing,
guy.
I see you guys doing big things. That's great.
That's my guy.
First time he's ever been on a plane. I've been on a plane at least 8 times.
That's crazy.
9 times.
That's crazy.
This guy only been on it 1 time.
What's that?
Have you been on the bus?
Obviously.
Bus, train.
I used to ride the bus like it was my best friend. I got my license at like 22? I'm 26?
Big Bloomberg. But it's okay.
I was in the draft, so I had driving.
We have to talk about it. 2019 coming soon. In the next couple of months, anything big you're looking forward to, or?
I'm already working on my goals for 2019. So first of all, first boxing fight. I have to have my first fight. It will be a win, that's for sure.
Teddy Bear knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, traveling to London. I'm trying to connect in London. So anybody from London, if you follow my boy Kareem, holla at me. I'm trying to connect. London is the next trip. Vancouver, and then I'm working on LA, but that's gonna probably take more time. Spend more time with family, like build a more of a family bond. It's basically the 3 goals for 2019. If that's laid down, then I'm good. You start working on 2020.
Always a pleasure to come through 4040 and check you guys out. Always a pleasure to sit down and talk, real conversation. We've been meaning to do this forever.
Oh my God.
And our schedule's just been bad.
Honestly, we're gonna start something. We're loafing.
but-
I'm loafing. I'm the one but we're gonna start
So
something.
we're gonna get something going.
Yeah,
but
100%.
really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with the crowd here. Starting something new. So definitely look forward to this episode, and definitely come check out my guy Junior if you're looking for personal training here in the West Island. He serves all around. He even goes to downtown. You were doing downtown.
Yeah, I was doing downtown for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so he has some clientele there, and he has a team, so they can definitely help you out at 4040 Fitness. Check out the link right at the bottom there. Show you where to find him. Find this guy on Instagram. Check out his videos. Very motivational, very encouraging for a young guy. He's got his head in the right spot.
Trying.
There are a lot of people going through some real challenging situations. We've discussed before in the past about like mental health and stuff like that. Just the other day was mental health day. So definitely, he's a huge advocate of that. Sorry, can't talk. Huge advocate of that. So getting that message across to people, especially about balance, is very important. So look out for bigger things coming for him. And this year and 2019, Junior. Appreciate the love, brother.
Much love, man.
Okay, it's Daily Hustle. Check it out.